Hi, it's Phil here from PicoKit, and this is tutorial 9 for the PicoDice. In this lesson we're going to look at how to create a rolling display. So essentially, the code that we're changing from the last tutorial is that we've added a cycle tool, an extra counter tool, and a pause or delay tool. So the delay tool holds the display for 0.2 of a second, and it's going to cycle through the code 10 times, updating the counter each time and updating the display. So let's go back to our previously saved code to have a look how we get here. Tutorial 8. So in tutorial 8, this lookup tool gives us the value that goes in the port, and we want to do that just once here. But of course, if we're going to make it a rolling display, we need to do a few updates, and the way we do that is we actually cycle through this part of the code multiple times. But let's program it with the code from tutorial 8 to see what we had there. So in tutorial 8 we just had a simple click button and it would stop on the number, but no rolling display. So let's get to it. Cycle tool is the first thing we need, and you'll notice that there's also a true and false connector on a cycle tool, similar to a switch tool. In the cycle tool we can select the number of cycles we want just by typing in a value, and it updates our code preview. Good idea to put that value in the annotation. And what we might do for the moment is we might update these nodes so that the true is on top and the false is on the right. That's going to help us place the cycle tool in between the switch and our first file tool. So false on a cycle tool just means that it hasn't yet got to 12 cycles, or the number that you've selected. True means it has done 12 cycles. So when it's finished doing 12 cycles, we want it to go back to this stage over here, which doesn't update the display. So the counter counts in the background, and that means that the number that it finally stops on will stay there until you press the switch again, which is nice because we don't actually have to delay it, which would affect our switch. So that's the cycle tool. Now we need to have a look at what's happening over here. We are going to use a delay, a small delay, and this delay is going to pause on the display before it goes and updates it. So let's change the delay here from 1 second back to 0.2 of a second. And we also need to make sure that we have another counter tool. So the counter tool that we put in here is going to be identical to the first counter tool that we used. So we can just use Control-C, Control-V, or you can right-click, use the right-click menu to copy and paste. And there's our counter. And when we finish that 0.2 seconds, we're going to go back to the cycle tool. So we'll do that 12 times. Let's just align all of those again and distribute. There we go. So program that into our PicoDice, and it stops on a bit of a strange number there to start, but pressing the button it goes through 12 different numbers and stops on the same one there. Okay, stops on the random number that's selected in the first place. So that's how to put a rolling display on the PicoDice using an extra counter tool, a cycle tool, and a delay tool. Thanks for watching.